in the book where His Holiness Pope Shenouda III asks the question, do they believe in polytheism? Polytheism means multiple gods. What in their beliefs would make us think that Jehovah's Witnesses are polytheists? And B, if they do believe in multiple gods, His Holiness Pope Shenouda says that the scripture is full of evidences of belief in one God, especially in the book of Isaiah, where they take their name from. Recite 2 verses that prove as evidence to the belief of one God from the book of Isaiah.
One Jehovah's Witnesses heresy says that the Lord Christ is a mighty God, the creator of all creation, but at the same time, He is created and has no immortal soul. His Holiness Pope Shenouda III responds to this heresy by showing that Christ is all-knowing in a section in the book titled, He Knows What is the Hearts and Minds. Give 3 Bible verses from the verses that were used in this section. References are not required.
Do you believe in polytheism, poly meaning multiple gods? They only have one God, and part A is what in their beliefs would make us think that Jehovah's Witnesses are polytheists. They have they in the Bible, and when in the book it says that that they change the scriptures in the Bible to what they think it is, and I'm not sure about part B.
واحدة منها ارتقاء شهود يهوه تقول الرب يسوع المسيح هو إله عظيم خالق العالم كله ولكنه في نفس الوقت مخلوق وليس خالد إلى الأبد. قداسة البابا شنودة الثالث يرد ويقول هذا في مقطع من الكتاب يعرف كل ما في القلب والعقل. أعطي 3 آيات من الإنجيل الذي استخدمهم البابا شنودة الشاهد غير مطلوب. أول آية كانت بتقول أنا الرب فاحص القلوب والكلى من غيري. تاني آية بتقول الله الوحيد من غيره هو الذي يعرف ما في القلوب وقارئ الأفكار. ثالث آية كانت لما ربنا كان عند الفريسيين وجات مرسى علشان تكب العطر على رجلين السيد المسيح. وساعتها الفريسيون قالوا في عقلهم ازاي هو يتكلم معاها وهي خاطية. وساعتها ربنا عرف ان هم كانوا بيقولوا كده في فكرهم فقال لهم انتوا ليه بتقولوا كده؟ انا جاي هنا علشان الخطاة مش علشان الابرار، لان الأصحاء لا يحتاجوا إلى طبيب بل المرضى.
For Church B, the Coptic Church celebrates the feast of St. Mark every year. A. On which day in the Coptic calendar does the Church celebrate the feast of St. Mark, and why is this the date picked for the feast? B. What do the Church daily readings in the Kotamoros on the day of the feast of St. Mark focus on, and which holy Gospels is or are read? Please recite any part of the Gospel readings read on the day of the Feast of St. Mark, or give the reference.
Church A. St. Mark received much injustice from the followers of St. Peter. In the chapter 3, His Holiness Pope Shenouda III highlights the 3 main claims made against St. Mark in reference to St. Peter. Identify the 3 claims and explain what each claim entailed. Please provide biblical references where appropriate.
The feast of St. Mark is on 30th of Baramuda, and they chose this day of feast because it was the day he was martyred. He was hung in the church of Bocalia, which is also known as the Cape and the Subterranean Monastery. Why do the church readings, the Katamoros, on the day of the feast of St. Mark focus on, and which Gospels is or are read. The daily church readings, which is known as the Katamaros, focus on the Feast of St. Mark. They focus on his apostolicship, his preaching in many places, such as the continents of Asia, Africa, and Asia and Africa. In Africa, he preached in Antioch. He also preached in many other places. He was also known for preaching in Egypt. It also talks about his head, where it was transferred from many places and stolen too. The Feast of St. Mark focuses on the Holy Gospels, and these Holy Gospels are known as the Gospel of St. Mark and the Gospel of St. Luke, which explains how he is known as the 70 disciples. References are Luke chapter 10, verses 1 to 12. And for statement C, a quote that is known for St. Mark on the Feast of the St. Mark, which the patriarchs recite on the day of the ordination, and it's quoted, "The seed of St. Mark the Evangelist, with the true knowledge that they called for in all the universe, with comfort and soul saving." Also in the beginning of the book of St. Mark, it talks about the roar of a lion and a recital of the beginning of the gospel. A voice crying in the wilderness, and references would be in chapter 1 in the book of St. Mark. Also, in the Gospel of St. Mark, it talks about the 3 claims that St. Peter took for, and the 3 claims are that St. Peter took credit for St. Mark's preaching in all places where he preached. Also, it talks about how St. Peter took credit for St. Mark's gospel, and the last claim is that St. Peter took credit for St. Mark, saying that he wasn't one of the apostles, and the people who put the credit for St. Mark who put the credit for St. Peter were St. Peter's followers.
St. Mark received many injunctions from the followers of St. Peter. It says identify the 3 claims and explain what each claim entailed. Please provide biblical reference where appropriate. I'm not sure of the answer. Sorry.
Church A. Explain how sadness and grief can be made use of in a beneficial way. Provide 1 biblical verse and reference to support your answer. Also, provide 1 biblical character mentioned in the book and explain how his or her sadness and grief was for his or her benefit. Church B. Explain the difference between a fruit and a God-given gift. Also, please provide the biblical verse and reference that was used to describe a truly good, persevering person.
Sadness and grief can be made use of in a beneficial way because it leads you to spiritual attitude, and it leads you to never hunger and thirst again. And a biblical verse is that I was hungry, you fed me. I was thirsty, you gave me a drink. I was naked and you clothed me. I was a stranger and you took me in. I was in prison. I was in prison and you came to me. That supports my answer because it never spiritual attitude supports you into leading you to God and not being hungry or thirsty.
The difference between a fruit and a God-given gift is that a fruit is somewhere in your heart, somewhere in your body, but it's not given to you. It's already in you, and it's already in you, and in life you need to search it in your heart. A God-given gift is something you're given by. It's God gave it to you so you could use it in life and, pretty much have talent. The biblical verse, I can explain a verse, and it's if you pray to the people that your enemies, if you pray the people that are your enemies, even though they're mean to you and they persecute you, you should still pray for them, because God always said, love your enemies, and we need to obey God in every way in our life. To describe a truly good person is that, you should pray, you have all the fruits of the Spirit, and also if you don't have any, if you lack a fruit, you will not have any of them, because they're all connected no matter what. If one is disconnected, that means all of it is disconnected. A truly good person is, thinking that God is always with you and being with you no matter what happens. Because in joy, it always says, even in difficult situations, it's an eternal joy. You should still be joyful, thinking that maybe it's better up there, better on earth. And it pretty much explains joy, love, and all the fruits of the Spirit.
The winner is Church B, St. George, Astoria.